everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, and we are back with Vesper. And today we're going to continue on the main story quest just a little bit, and then we're going to do some of these Aether Current steps. So let's talk to Vana. Vesper, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylion. Alright. We will do that, but first, am I in a place where I can change my Ascian glamour? No, I do have one more touring anagoresis. Let's go grab that. I think I got all of the Aether Currents. Yes, I've got all of the ones here in Elpis. I just need to do these 3 quests. So we'll do those really quick before we wrap up our time here in Elpis. Man, last episode, I'm recording this back to back. Last episode, I got so emotional during the scene. I was like weeping. It's been a hot minute since I saw that scene, or that cutscene, and I gotta tell you, when I played it for the first time, my dad was still sick. He was still alive, and he was very, very sick. And so it hits different watching it back. So it's just, man, woofda. Welcome, friend, to Anagoresis. I am Sokals, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are, oh, how unusual. A soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purposes of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to Charmian, in which she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. Okay. Yeah, I think, like, seeing how hard that scene hit, where I don't know if I cried the first time we watched that scene in the last episode. But I definitely cried this time, and knowing that, I think we're gonna have trouble getting through the rest of this this playthrough here without shedding a tear. But I mean, that was to be expected. So yes, yes. What can I do for you? Vesper, is it? And Overseer Sokos wishes me to act as your guide. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project in the Academia Ander. Surely there are other, more experienced individuals who would provide a more comprehensive... This grumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour this very moment, if you like. Then let us begin. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Anagoresis would prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction. You can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once we've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Sokals. Alrighty. Charmian. Let's talk to some people. Bow, 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 bow. Do 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 do. Blast. Hello, Charmian. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious, perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. Okay, there's another one down here. Can I change my thing? I can. I think we're gonna go back to our normal Paramonos. What do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. Yes, I am an accompanying Vesper here on a tour around Anagoresis, at the behest of the Overseer. A tour. Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprise tusk through the abdomen, huh? Thank you for the warning. We will proceed with due caution. The last one is down here. Nikias. Charmian. Oh, and who is your friend? Asm's familiar. Why you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking? I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I'm responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Asm might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Vesper. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sokals. He wants to study me. Alright, Sokals. Ah, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Anagoresis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began. With you, Overseer Sokals. I see, and what is your impression of the work we do here? It requires equal levels of passion and patience. I am glad we could help further your worldly education. And I'm glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least, I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cogitative faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please, stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I have resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azim's, no less. I'm sorry, but I am not going to stay here. Alright, there is one. Now we've got this one. Go up here, point in Oikos. Oh shoot, the other one was down there. Well, we could just go back there. Do 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 do. Man, I'm gonna miss our time here in Elpis. It was really nice here. Leon, I need some wing sauce assistance here. Let's get you a second one. There we go. Enraged Elpis Minotaur. Here we go. Thank you for taking the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I am Cleon, recently arrived from Amarat. I assume Myra sent you to fetch me. I see. Well, we had best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. Alright, here's Myra. Vesper, thank you for seeing to the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been there to shield me. And I'm certainly glad that she was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations. Yes, as embarrassing as it is to admit, I was worried that the concepts I registered with the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild. Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had who's expressed difficulty in helping their children leave the nest. We can look in on them right now if you like. I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in to rescue me from that beast, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. An entity with your strength and instinct would be the perfect candidate for evaluating the worth of my modest creations. I must insist that you join us. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment. Then we all go together whenever you're ready, Vesper. I'm not going with you. Okay. We should have one left. Yes. And that is down over here. The perks of being a lost flower. Do 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 do. Help! Let me out of this. Can I not jump over this? There we go. Aha. Yes, can I help you? Oh wait, do you need directions somewhere? Not to be rude, but I beg of you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me. That would be my friend, no doubt. How embarrassing. I'd hoped to keep this hopelessly directionless side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible leaving her like that, but I'd clean forgotten a task from one of my professors. I rushed back to collect the item I was asked for, which I found, thankfully, but got rather turned around when attempting to return. But don't you worry about me. I'll be just fine on my own. Now, if I'm right, then following this road east will lead me to a teleporter. I think. I mean, I know. Are you sure you'll be alright on your own? Oh, bother, maybe not. Well, I could probably find my way eventually, but there's no sense in trying to go it alone, I suppose. Would you be so kind as to guide me back to my friend? If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter that connects to Point in Oikos, I should be able to make the remainder of the trip on my own. Now then, would you mind? Alright, come on, let's go. Where are we going? Up over here. It feels good to be glammed back to our respective glamour. You know, I've been thinking a lot about what we're gonna do when we're done with Endwalker. I don't think Dawn Trail's gonna be out yet. So, if you guys could leave in the comments what you'd like to see. You want to see us level up some alts? Do you want to see some grinding going on? Want to see some crafting? I don't know. I feel like we might have to figure something out. We're going to continue on the playthrough until Dawn Trail. Alright, here you go, my friend. What a relief it is to see a familiar sight. I should be alright without you now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Point in Oikos. Goodness, the earful I'm going to get from my friend. I've kept her waiting for far too long. Well, I really should hurry. She is owed an explanation and a heartfelt apology. Do come see us, though. I would like to thank you properly. Up here. Yep, Point in Oikos. You want to see fate grinding? Do you want to see relic hunting? I know one thing we're gonna do is Hildebrand. So we do have that to do. In fact, we're gonna need to do that for our weapon, which I do plan on getting. And that will take us quite a while, so... Thank you for your help. Truth be told, when my friend first dashed off, I had assumed it was because she forgot an assignment from Metron. Lo and behold, I was right. We are studying at the words of Metron in Academia Ander, learning all we can about the engendering of aquatic life from that self-same master. Honestly, though, I've no idea why Metron would ask me to procure a flower of all things, and one that's still undergoing testing in Elpis. Very beautiful, yes, but what has it to do with ichthyology? Well, nothing, but that's the point, surely. It must be intended as a present, one meant for low grief. Metron is hopelessly enamored, as well as we all know. Wait, low grief and Metron? Wasn't that the two from the raid from Shadowbringers? We do. This is certainly news to me, though now that you mention it, I suppose I've seen sparks between them. I wonder why I never noticed before. That settles it. We need to hurry back and begin an in-depth observation of the romantic entanglements. I can't believe I've wasted all this valuable research time lost among the trees, and I would have wasted even more if not for you, good lady. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can get back to the Academia and deliver the flower to Metron before it wilts. Ah, but before we rush off, a reward. You certainly deserve it. interesting. Now we can fly in Elpis. Yay! Okay. Let's get to Vana. Wanna go down here. Over there. So we've got Hildy to do. I'm probably gonna do another class at some point. I just don't know which one. Oh, we could do Red Mage. I love Red Mage. Red Mage is my favorite, I think. I do like Black Mage, but it's rough. It's rough at times. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yep.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home.
Perhaps I should stay and help.
I appreciate your sentiment. I truly do. But 'tis a very long game that we must now play. And while you have maintained a stable presence here thus far, there are dangers in lingering over long. No. You must return to your own battlefield. Make use of the knowledge you have attained, that your days here and our friends' sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold.
What about Azim?
Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
Dang, so all of this set off Zodiark and Hydaelyn and everything. Man. Whew. I don't know how we can just turn our back on Vana and be like, okay, bye. Here we go.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
He became Fandaniel. Final days came. Oh. Is this really that cutscene?
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas.
Oh.
Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before.
Oh, jeez.
The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
Oh.
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation.
And Hythlodaeus gets sacrificed to Zodiark?
It is hopelessness incarnate.
Oh, look at him.
That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable.
Daniel.
A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
Are these the people that stand with her or against her? They're summoning Zodiark?
O mighty Zodiac!
Yeah.
God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us.
Ugh.
No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die?
I'm sitting here crying.
As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Gosh, that's one of the most heart-wrenching scenes in the whole game.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
We're back. Ooh, oh boy, oh boy. And when I first played Endwalker, I beat it in a weekend. I don't know how I made it through that weekend. Like, or how the week after felt like it was completely just like drained of all emotion. Alright, we gotta report to Cryle, the Baldessian Annex. So let's go to Old Charlian. Whew, boy, oh boy. Man. I'm good. I'm good. Golly. Experiencing that for a second time is not any easier. This game is so good. What the heck? Alright, I'm back, and you'll never believe where I have been. Trial, Tataru. Vesper, impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Hearing our song. Oh. As the heavens burn. We're gonna get a 545 weapon. Nice. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Then the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alice and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they've visited, Locus Amonus is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Heidelin in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You will also recall the proposal issued by Master Fortunal to the people of Radzat Han. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alice, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortunal. Then panic broke out, and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, Vesper. Please, you must help them. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you'd best start there. Hopefully Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you'd best take every possible precaution. Alright, well we can head there. But we will do that in the next episode. So I need to take a breather for a second. This has been a pretty heavy couple of episodes, but yeah, we'll head over to Camp Broken Glass, and we'll see what we can do to help our friends out. And now that we know what's causing the final days, it's only going to be a matter of time before we go and fix it. So go and take care of Meteon, or the Metia. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.